Jared did get it going. Hey, I like it, Jared. Welcome back. Relics of Raw, episode 159. Very special day out here. What happened to the music? Cut off that fast, dude? We like to have the music going. It gets me in rhythm and stuff. Yeah, we live. That's what happens. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for watching on YouTube. Listen on Anchor, Spotify, Facebook page. I guess I'm going to get somebody else to do Facebook page. I mean, Tommy's still incognito. I don't know what's going on.
Hey, Tommy, where you at, bro? You should be here, Tommy.
At Realism Pod on Twitter and Realism Sports Talk on TikTok. We definitely got to give a special shout out to all the new patrons of the show. And they're going to be right
there.
There! You can't even see the 361. What happened, bro?
Oh, shit. There we go.
There it is. So thank you, especially the newest ones, my cousin, Jason, and then Dirty Dog and 360 Painting, which are both locally here in Harrisburg, Virginia. Dirty Dog will service all kinds of cleaning, and 360 Painting, all things in company. 360 Painting. Thank you to everybody. If you want your name or your logo on there, check the link out in our description. It's on there. We appreciate everybody so we can get all this top-notch stuff going on, and you get to check out all the behind-the-scenes fun that we get to have. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Thank you. I love my commanders, loving the Black Mamba, and all the love for my mama right behind me. Because of Realism Sports Talk. Look, I'm trying not to crack up from him. And I'm trying to keep my head up to this new camera. Y'all gotta bear with me a little bit. You know, I'm like,
you crack me because
The Realism Sports Talk, we talk about sports from Hall of Famers to the local talent, which we will be having 3 8th grade girls that I know well that represented the JV team, and they were stars. We call them the Big Three. We're gonna have a show just for them and how they did as 8th graders, leading the Harrisonburg JV team to success. That's what we try to do on Realism Sports Talk. And after that, we're gonna talk about all the big time storylines. I didn't say big muscles. I said big time storylines.
Come on, Swole.
Yeah,
come on, Swole. We already
got
know.
Jared out there.
I can help it.
Whether behind the scenes or on the scene, he's keeping our show extra clean as long as he ain't muting people. And then we got Brandon the GOAT and all in his mind. And if you try to argue, he'll debate you at any time. And I'm Jerome, the host, coach the most, winning every debate, and it ain't even close. We got the muscle from Mississippi State, Swole Daddy. I'm tired of telling he ain't gonna win no debates because everybody already knows that, so I'm just not even gonna say it. But the showcase guy in the house.
I'll win one eventually.
The showcase guy. At least you ain't as drunk as you were last week. The showcase guy today, Mr. Chris, Mr. Skillainstinct, who is our 2012 FFF Fantasy Football Factory champion.
2012.
That's what I said. Are you a parakeet?
2022.
Why'd you say 2012?
22.
You said 2012.
Why you copied me the wrong name? The wrong thing.
You said-
Yo! His brain was spinning. He was like, 2012?
I was like, yo.
Damn, is it 2012?
This-
Did I write down? I wrote down 2012. Anyway,
he wrote down 2012.
but he is the league champion. Last year we had
We're well prepared, folks.
co-host on the show. He won. He beat his brother Brandon, the GOAT, right there. He beat him. Who'd you beat in the championship, Brandon?
I don't know, this guy named Brandon.
Brandon again?
Brandon again from my understanding. He went to the finals last year and took it out. So.
But to be honest, Brandon has won how many times, Brandon?
2.
He's won 2 times already. So
That's crazy.
we can't put him down too much because he's won twice. And did 2 straight runner-ups too, and he's had success all the time. So that's why he's the GOAT.
That's good.
But how you feeling right now, champ? We made fun of you all the time for never being
I
a
felt
champion.
good. I remember I'm going off last season, saying I was coming after I took that L from you. That was very disappointing.
Who beat you? Who beat you, the champion?
This man right
Oh.
here, you know.
I know that, yeah. No.
So going off of that, basically, you know, I had a mission, and my mission was to come back and whoop some ass. Now, I will say Yahoo League, the T League, basically, you know, I didn't place very well this year there, but in the big league, first time in this year, talking all this shit after my draft that I didn't even have no service for the draft, and I still went with my players. And
So you auto pick. So
no,
is this an
no,
asterisk?
Yeah, he had a good keeper. He had a good
hell
keeper.
no. I picked probably I would say about 50% of my players, 60%. The other ones when the service cut, it was a hit. I was hit, so it was a wrap. But anyways, you know, people giving me trade proposals all season long. And, I denied basically all of them. Usually I do, and this is something I was talking to Terrell about. Is that I don't know. I'm not a big high trading person, and I stick with my players, and that's it. But I came out big, came out good. B, I'm sorry, man. I was hoping to have a damn good game with you, brother. Um,
You did have a good game with him.
no, I mean I had him up, I was up by 60 points, and
None of my players scored nothing,
I was
man.
up by 60 points. So I felt good. It was a hell of a damn, you know, it was I was ahead by 2 months, and you only had two other players. One player
All right, Dave Chappelle, wrap it up, Rappy. Wrap it up. Remember that? Dave Chappelle? Wrap it up.
Yeah. I will say, thanks a lot to Terrell, for letting me be on the fantasy.
You earned it. You earned it.
It's been a
Yeah.
while. I've gotten better every year.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna continue to get better. I'm still getting better. Still trying to learn more and more every day. I mean, every season. So, yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah. So as I look around, I see a champion. I see Brandon's a two-time champion in the big league. What do you have to say for little class, and then the up and comers, the producers gonna be joining the league next year, and the lower class like Swole, who had the #1 pick, and how many games you win?
2.
Fucking 4.
Four.
All right, without ado, so we can get to the show.
I think for those upcoming.
Oh, he's still talking.
Yeah, so the ones upcoming, that are brand new. I say just keep grinding, man. Be smart about your picks. You got to stick to your. You have to
Thank you. I appreciate
stick
it.
to it every week, bro. And then you might win one.
Well, congratulations,
In the big league ain't for rookies, man.
and check this out. Oh my goodness!
Oh.
Wait till you see this motherfucker. Look,
Ladies and gentlemen.
show it, please. Oh my god, that mug is sweet. I ain't gonna lie.
That's money right
Hey,
there.
Lower? Yeah, a little lower. Yeah.
You see it?
Oh.
Yeah, it's dope.
Straight to the camera. Oh.
Look up, Chris. So you get the
boy,
thumbnail.
let's go.
So.
Congratulations, man. Well earned.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Skillainstinct, 2000, not
Don't
12,
forget it.
not 12, but 22. That's what you just
Are we sure?
Go ahead and take it out.
Okay.
Sorry, Brandon. My heart goes out to
Nah,
you.
I got two.
Brandon's already got two.
I'll give him.
Hey, it's in the name, bro. It's in the name. So just remember, get used to that name. You're going up against Skillainstinct.
Alright, we gave him all the love right now, but look, now, as we talk about the show, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl rewind. We're going to give our thoughts on the game, insides and outs, whatever we want to talk about with that, because a lot of things we could talk about with the Super Bowl. Was it one of the best ever games we saw? I don't know. I said the Jets and the Bears control a lot of the offseason because of what they can do as far as the quarterback position goes. The rest of the QBs is going to be a roller coaster. The GOAT turned 60 today. Brandon got the White Sox on. We showing homage. See, as Kobe fans, we pay homage to greatness because we know what greatness is. He got some John Deere shit on, and you got some trash John Deere. I don't even know what's going on. You know what I mean? We appreciate greatness because we Kobe fans and we greatness. Look, Swole Daddy's ready to bust through that thing. You see him? You see him bust through it? All right. And then we'll talk about the XFL starting tomorrow.
Hey,
Some rule
Swole still
changes.
looking at this bad boy. We're looking at Swole. #1 pick. We sat together and picked, remember?
Your hands are small, by the way.
Hey, your hands are just fat. So you can relax.
Yo,
big swole ass. Freaking
You have
swole.
small hands.
all right. So Brandon, the GOAT. You fell asleep in the second quarter of the Super Bowl for real?
Yeah, for a little bit, man. 4 o'clock comes early, man. I had to get up today morning.
This guy. So we're not gonna start with you, Swole Daddy, as an advocate for the Eagles.
I saw the game though.
We know you like the Eagles, and we know you wanted them to win. First of all, what was your thoughts on the game as you watched it?
It was just competitive as I thought it would be. Way more touchdowns than I thought it would be. But I was happy for a good game and excited for Jalen Hurts' future. That dude's gonna ball.
I feel you. I feel you. What do you think, Brandon? Because you a Jalen Hurts guy too. He went to your school, Alabama. What do you think
Jalen Hurts.
about the game? Not Jalen Hurts yet.
Oh, the game. It was a great game. It did go way more over than I thought it would. Eagle defense let them down, and some other things happened that I think cost the game.
Well, we can always talk about the referees. We can always get to that, which we'll kind of linger into. But champion, what do you think about the game when you watched it? Obviously,
I mean, it was to me
because you call. Hold on, I'm gonna interrupt real quick because in the group chat at halftime, you pointed out Rihanna was wearing red and all this stuff. And you were like, they coming back to win, and you
red
called
and white.
it. You called that shit. So what is that?
It was in State Farm Stadium too. We should
I
have
thought
known.
it was a cliche thing. To me, it was weird, And then I was like, "Yo, what in the freaking odds would that shit happen?" And sure enough, man, they came out hot second half. But I will say, first half, it was exciting to watch, man. I mean, Eagles were on fire, bro. Despite the fumble and all that shit.
The fumble killed it, though.
Back and put one in the end zone right after.
Yeah.
So it was like really hype and fun to watch. I was almost at the point where I was like, damn, this is about to be a blowout Super Bowl, and it really didn't turn out that way. They came out hot, and I feel like I've always said it. NFL has gotten very. I think it's about politics, it's about the money, it's about rigged.
Yeah.
I think it may be rigged in some way or form. Somewhat, it's got to be, bro. Somewhat. And anybody who knows this and has watched the game for a long time, I mean, you can see the small changes over the years and the decades and shit. So,
and we're gonna go deeper into that later on. When I hear about the rules, I'm gonna tell you a couple of rules that they're getting rid of and some that they're keeping. And I want to hear one rule that y'all wish that y'all could have. But going further with this, Swole, because I know that you're a Patriot fan and plenty of Super Bowls, and except for the two that they lost to his team. Was this? Don't give me a Patriot Super Bowl, and when I come to you, don't give me a Giant Super Bowl. Was this the best Super Bowl you ever seen? The best Super Bowl you ever seen, watched.
Man, no.
Take away the Patriot games.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna say the greatest Super Bowl I've ever seen was the Ravens-Niners back when it was Ray Lewis' last game.
Really? You think that was better?
Yeah, they turned off the lights game.
Okay. What about you, Brandon?
Yeah.
I won't say take away the Dolphins Super Bowl wins because they ain't won shit. But
oh shit. It was a great one, but no, I still think I can't name a Patriots Super Bowl, so I gotta leave that one out. But the Steelers Cardinals, I think, was still a better Super Bowl.
Those Cardinals.
Yeah.
That was a good game too.
And Packers Broncos had a good one. It may have been better.
Yeah, I feel you. I would just say this. I think this game lived up to the hype of the game.
Yeah.
Lived up to the hype. All the hoopla of the Kelsey brothers. First time ever two brothers playing in a Super Bowl. Yeah. That was a big time storyline. Andy Reid going against his former team. That was a big time storyline. And then two African American quarterbacks playing together in the Super Bowl ever. So these are three gigantic big time storylines, and I think the game lived up to all three of them. So that's why I would put that in my top echelon, maybe in the top 2, because of all those moments and all those things that happened.
I would say one of the most exciting Super Bowls I ever watched was when the Rams and Tennessee Titans.
That's one of my favorites.
That was one of my favorites, one of the hypest.
Yeah.
And I think this Super Bowl, it was a high scoring, Super Bowl, but the back and forth and the answer backs, the second half, just the athleticism with all those dudes. I mean, it was just fun. It was fun to watch, I will say, honestly.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch.
I'm with you with all that, and we're gonna actually have a segue to that game you're talking about when we talk about the quarterback that was at Alabama, Crimson Tide. So Andy Reid, I never really thought about Andy Reid being an elite coach. I guess being a Redskin fan, I never really wanted to give him any praise or anything else. But Andy Reid, so he had 14 years with the Eagles. He had 6 NFC East titles, 5 championship games, and went to a Super Bowl. They ran him out of town because that's what Eagle fans do. They booed him, man, and Peyton Man of the Year and Dak Prescott. They throw snowballs at Santa Claus. So that's what Eagle fans do.
Yeah.
But then he goes to Kansas City 10 years, 9 straight playoff appearances, 7 division titles, 5 consecutive AFC championship games, 3 Super Bowls, and now 2 wins. The last one against the Eagles. Brandon, where would you put Andy Reid now? Because you got, in your organization, Don Shula is one of the best ever. Where would you place Andy Reid? I mean, he's moving up the ladder.
I think he's right outside, right there.
So who's the top 5 then?
I guess I'm gonna go Shula.
We already know number 1 is Belichick. I don't care what nobody say. You guys need to admit that.
All right, go ahead. 5.
I'm gonna go Shula, Belichick. Guess we can go Chuck Noll, Tom Landry.
Those are good ones.
I don't think I can put Jimmy Johnson up there.
He's past Jimmy Johnson now, right?
Yeah.
I think so. And I think he's past Bill Walsh now.
Yeah. All right,
Bill
Swole.
Walsh.
I think so. Swole, you got the greatest coach ever in your organization, in my opinion, and Bill Belichick. Where do you place Andy Reid now?
Man, I just feel like I can't give him too much credit just yet.
What else?
Hear me out.
I'll hear you out.
No, hear me out. Because there have been so many great coaches, even before my time, I feel like he's just outside the top 25.
What?
Yeah.
25?
Yeah, now I can't name you 25 coaches off the top of my head.
Like I
but
said.
I'm sure they're out there. No, but if you think of the history of the game.
The muscle from Mississippi State that will never, ever win a stupid debate saying some trash like that, dude.
There are plenty of better coaches than Andy Reid.
But did they win as much as Andy Reid?
We're not going to talk about just accolades. We're talking about...
Hold on, we're not going to talk about what? What did he say?
Accolades.
Accolades? We're giving your coach the best ever because of his accolades.
Yeah.
He changed the game. What are you talking about?
What, about videotaping people's practice? I mean, how do
throw that in there, Brandon. He changed the game. He made other
he made people watch for Spygate.
Well, I will say...
Yo, 25 Swope. That's not being fair, dude.
That's not being fair. Exaggerated there. I will say I agree with Brandon's list. Switch Belichick to me. Belichick is one of the best to me.
I
agree with that list Brandon made, but I will say Andy Reid.
25 better coaches in the history of the game.
I don't think Andy Reid is yet top 5. I say he's top 10, but not top 5. And where in that top 10, I don't know because
at least that's fair.
My research on that.
I say right outside the top 5.
I would say 10 because I watched Andy Reid with the Eagles all those years, especially when Akeem Jordan played. I was hoping Akeem would make it because growing up, Akeem Jordan said growing up as a kid that he was going to go to football, make an NFL, whatever. He did his own thing. Shout out to you, Akeem.
Why you ain't on the show then, Akeem?
You got the state championship. You got the
Hold on, we're not giving no more. We ain't giving no more accolades for Akeem until he gets on the show. You didn't tell me 15 times a year to get on the show. You ain't getting no more accolades until you get on the show. Go ahead.
Andy Reid he's got a hell of a way of strategizing his game, and he's got winning records. That's what it is. You gotta give the man credit when it's deserved. He got a W, he got the Super Bowl ring, and shit, he did a well job. Shit. I would agree.
I think his coaching
he knows what he's doing.
His coaching tree is not as big as a lot of people. In Swole's defense, a lot of coaches have a big, broad coaching tree of assistants and to be head coaches. So I think his tree is not as big. So maybe that's why we don't look at him as one of those super duper top whatever coaches. I think that's probably part of it, right, Swole? You agree?
I mean, that's part of it. I mean, the influence on the game matters to me more than accolades. Accolades are a big part of it. I'm not trying to take that away from y'all. Super Bowl rings define Hall of Famers nowadays.
Oh, you mean like a ring like this?
No, a ring like
Okay,
this.
okay, you know.
I just think we're being too recency biased about it, just shoving him forth. There are plenty of coaches from back in the day that would still go toe-to-toe with Andy Reid and whoop his ass.
Yo, Tom Coughlin would come out of retirement.
He's not genius. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you, Brandon. I just don't agree with top 5.
I didn't say top 5. I said right outside.
Right outside. Sorry.
Okay, so making it even crazier than Travis Kelce, who's getting all this love. You know what I mean? They're talking about that he's on a pace to be the greatest tight end ever. It makes me so nervous when the producer starts messing with the screen and shit, because this is what he did last time, and everybody got really fucking nervous. Anyway, so he's only been in the league 9 years. Doesn't it seem like Kelsey's been around forever? 9 years, 8 years he's been a Pro Bowler. He holds 5 records already, and he's got 2 rings. You know, we know Antonio Gates. He had 16 years in the league. He had the most touchdowns for a tight end. Witten played 17. He played the most games for a tight end. And Tony Gonzalez had 17 yards. In your opinion, Brandon, if he stays the course, will he wind up being the best tight end ever? He's only played 8 years.
He can be. I personally think Gronk is probably the best ever. Even though he doesn't have the numbers, I think he's still the most unstoppable ever. But
I think that if he would have never got hurt, I think
having Tom Brady helps, and the Southern will have him home.
So here's my first. Hold on, Brandon. Here's my question then. When I say the best ever, I think what you're saying is Gronk. I feel like he was one of the most unstoppable type. Kind of like a Wilt Chamberlain or a Shaq in the NBA. They're not going to be the best ever, but they're one of those people that was just dynamically unstoppable.
I mean, Jeremy Shock.
Like Tony Gonzalez probably got the numbers.
He was all right.
Go ahead, Brandon. Finish what you're saying.
Who's got the best numbers? Tony Gonzalez, probably.
Tony Gonzalez he's regarded as the number 1. But see, the 3 that I mentioned, as they're saying 1, 2, and 3, none of them have a ring. Now Kelce has 2. And the way the future looks, he might get more than that. So, what do you think?
Yeah.
Now, I hate to fall victim to recency bias, and I'm a big Gronk guy.
After you just said don't do it with Andy Reid, right?
I know. But I'm gonna try and not here.
We're trying to lose Tommy.
But let me finish. The numbers speak for themselves, gentlemen. This man Kelce is on a fucking mission. Okay, like you just said, 2 Super Bowls, 8 out of 9 years in the Pro Bowl, and he's only getting better. His route running is better. His hands are solid. He has this mental connection with Patrick Mahomes that only Gronk has ever had with Tom Brady. It's unreal. I won't be surprised if this man is the number 1 tight end by the time he retires.
Right, let me counter that. Let me counter that.
Okay, Brandon.
My thing about Travis Kelce is
go ahead.
He has a personality like Gronk, that big personality that can do other things in life. So I wonder if he's going to stay around long enough to become the best.
Yeah, by the end of it all, if he does stay, then we could be looking at him being in the conversation of the greatest of all time.
Speaking of in the conversation of greatest of all time, now that Patrick Mahomes has won his 2nd ring, we know about the 5 straight AFC Championship games. We know about the 3 Super Bowls and 2 titles. You know what I mean? We know all about these things, and he just won MVP, right? And we know we're going to have debates about him being the next one to try to catch Tom Brady. He had 182 yards, 3 touchdowns, 131 passer rating, and he won Super Bowl MVP. Right?
Yeah.
You think that was deserved?
I mean, it was earned. What do you mean?
You think it was earned?
He earned that bit. I mean, Mahomes talking about, right? I mean, Mahomes, something about that man. He's not, something wrong with him, man.
Let me tell you why he didn't earn it. Let me tell you why he didn't earn it. No, he didn't earn it.
He makes he makes shit happen.
Okay, he makes shit happen. Let me tell you why he
makes shit happen.
Let me tell you why he didn't earn it.
Stop being such.
Jalen Hurts, who I have grown to really like more and more the more I listen to him, the more I research him, the more I think about it. He had 3 rushing touchdowns, which is a record. A tied record with Terrell Davis. Okay?
Yeah.
All right? He had 103 passer rating, which was the highest for a QB under 25. He had over 70%, which is the youngest again for Super Bowl record. He was the youngest quarterback to throw for over 300 yards without an interception in the Super Bowl. And I say Patrick Mahomes, who was a great thrower, had how many? 182. He had 300, and he said he couldn't throw the ball. All he could do was run. No interceptions. He's the youngest QB ever in Super Bowl history to have 4 total touchdowns, 70 rushing yards, which is another Super Bowl record. And he's the first player in NFL history, whether regular season, postseason, or in Super Bowl history, to have 300 passing yards, no interceptions, 70 rushing yards, 3 touchdown passes, and 1 running. Why was he not the MVP, Brandon? Why can't a losing player, as Laker fans, we saw Jerry West. We saw Jerry West win, even though he lost to the Celtics in the finals. Why can't he win MVP just because his team lost? Tell me why.
It happened, I think, once. I think it was the Cowboys in the 70s Super Bowl. The loser won. I think it should have happened in this game.
Absolutely.
The numbers are staggering when you compare the two quarterbacks.
He played a phenomenal football game. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes, who everyone says is the best. He threw the ball better than Mahomes. Ran the ball better than Mahomes. All that pressure, and he delivered, man.
I agree with you.
He still put the blame on him. He should have been MVP.
What do you think, Sloan? Because your quarterback has won MVP before, which he shouldn't have won. But anyway, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, nice. I like that. No, I 100% agree, man. He was a field general. He was throwing bombs. He was dodging. He was ducking. He was diving.
He was fumbling. Go ahead.
He really made that game. You put any other quarterback on the Eagles, they're getting ran the fuck over.
Hold on. Any quarterbacks, well, any?
Well, I'm just trying to
watch those next words.
How good Jalen Hurts was, okay? God damn it.
I concur. I concur, man.
No, you just said Patrick Mahomes shouldn't have had it.
No,
I'm changing.
No.
Yeah. Chris, shut up.
What do you think? What do you think, producer? We heard from you. Why couldn't a losing player win MVP? What is wrong with it? We talked about it before with the Heisman, like no defensive player can ever win, all this crap, or MVP always has to be a QB. MVP of the Super Bowl, if you're going to give it to a QB all the time anyway, why don't you give it to the better playing QB?
Yeah, no, I agree. If you're the best player of that game, you should still win that award whether you win the trophy or not.
I guess it's hard to lose and then come out and accept an award.
It's hard to interview a loser.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is hard to interview a loser.
You're right.
So how'd it feel to?
But when he breaks all these records and everything else,
Right.
I just don't understand how we
not going to give it to the face of
like
the
Sloan
league.
said, the stats, and I don't want to get caught up in all the stats and everything else, but as we were watching the game, you're physically watching this game, Jalen Hurts looked like he was under control and he was destroying the Chiefs defense.
Like a better football player than Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, when the Eagles defensive line, who was supposed to be all this record-setting things, never showed up one time. I don't even remember calling anybody's name on the defensive line, ever. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
It drives me crazy, man. It drives me crazy. But let me say this one thing about Jalen Hurts. Why I continue to grow to like him, even though he's an Eagle, it's something about his work ethic as he keeps getting better and better. He came out with this, and they talked about some things, and he said, I had a purpose before everyone else had an opinion. That's some mentality stuff right there. For a young player to say some stuff like that after you just lost the Super Bowl, when you played a hell of a game, that just shows the growth mentally as well as physically. And I'm impressed so much by that shit. So much by it. So much. And I hate the Eagles, but I'm so impressed by it. Another thing I'm impressed by, and I'm going to start with you, Brandon, because you hate on this guy all the time. But I've done some research on him, and I got a couple questions. As a Washington fan, Eric Bieniemy, who was Patrick Mahomes' offensive coordinator, with all his success, decided to leave town and come join the fucking Washington Redskins? What are we thinking about? Why did he do that, Brandon?
I guess the only head coaching job he's going to get.
It ain't head coach. He's an offensive coordinator.
After y'all can, he's assistant head coach.
Yeah, you're
Because
right.
he's
I was gonna bring that up.
how many times has he been interviewed? A lot. For the past
17
years.
times with 16
And no
different
one has
teams.
offered him a job. And I don't think it has anything to do with anything but his attitude. He's a dick.
16
Players
different
do
teams.
not like him. No one likes him.
What do you think,
He's a
Swole?
The Eagles offensive
No,
coordinator?
no, the Chiefs.
Oh, the Chiefs.
What do you think, Swole?
I agree with Brandon. I mean, you have what 16 interviews, 17 interviews, and you still don't get a job anywhere. There's something wrong with you, man.
You can't call race because look at D'Amico Ryan. One interview. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
What do you think, Chris? You're a champion. Why would you leave a championship organization to come to one of the most dysfunctional organizations in all of sports?
You got people, you got those that are trying to make names out of themselves. Go to somewhere where it's the trash, and then make a fucking Super Bowl championship team out of it. I mean, that's what you want.
Maybe that's why he wants to be there. He wants his name there.
That's a great point, man. I will put it
I
like this.
mean, you could be fucking Adolf Hitler, come on with a Super Bowl, and you're praised.
I'll bring it up like this. As a restaurant
I mean, that is the modern era we live in, though.
I don't know. He brought up Hitler and all that. I don't know what's going on. Out here drinking that Bud Ice. But look, as a restaurant manager,
I don't know what this shit is.
as a restaurant manager for so many years and being successful in that, I had to go to boo-boo places and try to build them up. There's a certain kind of cockiness to trying to build them up. And I thought that's what he was trying to do. Just like you said, I thought that's what it was.
Yeah.
Until I found out that the last 5 years, the Chiefs had him on 1-year contracts. If he's supposed to be so great, why are you only getting a 1-year contract for 5 years? They didn't want to be
He's not that or something wrong.
They had no one else.
No, the Chiefs had him on a 1-year deal for the past 5 years that they won 5 straight AFC Championship games.
Yeah.
That makes me suspect like crazy now. Hearing that, because I was.
And they don't even care. They say, "Go ahead, go."
Go to your job, yeah. Now I'm nervous as hell, yo. It's crazy. It's crazy. We'll see what's going on. All right, to make it real funny right here, I want to hear the Super Bowl commercial that was the funniest or the best one to you. All right, you already gave us a clue with yours. What was your best Super Bowl commercial?
I like that P. Diddy mashup. I thought it was funny.
What happened on that commercial?
I mean, there's a lot of different songs that were just, in my era, good. He messed everything up. It was really nice. It was good.
I thought it was dope too.
I thought it was really good. It was funny, artistic actually too. So that's my commercial.
Not autistic, Swole. Who was yours? I love fucking with Swole.
The trailer for the Flash movie, man. They're bringing back the.
How did I know you were gonna do some comic book shit, dude?
Come on, man.
I remember I was at your house last week.
I
You
knew
talking
you
about all
were gonna
this
say something like that.
But go ahead, say your piece, because it was.
They're bringing back
Batman was like
Batman.
Batman.
The original.
Michael Keaton is back.
It was good. Go ahead.
He's back, baby.
Yeah, yo, the original. That's my Batman. No homo.
Let me ask you something, Swole. Did you think it was gonna be a Flash trailer, or did you think it was like some kind of other thing? I didn't think it was gonna be one certain character.
Here's what I'm more surprised at is that the actor who plays Flash was indicted for like child molestation.
Oh shit!
Yeah, he's in.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
What? Did you guys see the movie?
Ezra Miller. Yep.
Ezra Miller, yeah. He's been charged with cult leadership and child molestation.
All right. Let's.
Did you say cult leadership?
Yeah, he's
What
a
kind of
cult
cult?
leader of like 7 people.
So he's a leader of child molestation?
Yeah.
Nah, get the fuck out of here.
Dude,
I don't know about all
I
that.
swear to God, I'm not far off. I swear to God.
I know he's got a record. He's got a long record.
Like a 16-year-old girl and took her away on trips. And would like touch her.
No,
and
shit,
shit.
I'm nervous. Look.
No.
You
He's
can't-
echoing. He's
All right.
echoing because
Well,
of Brandon.
as we go to Brandon, I'm gonna say that would be your fucking favorite commercial, some child molestation. That would be your shit, Swole Daddy. All right, Brandon. What was yours, Brandon?
Mine is based off one of my favorite shows ever. It was the Breaking Bad Doritos.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
One of my favorite shows ever. And probably my top three. So I just think it was one of the few decent commercials called all night.
Few? I thought it was like a
No,
good
the
season. Well, that was dope.
I didn't get to watch
The
it.
commercials were bad this year.
Bad?
We had a great game, bad commercials.
Wow, that's interesting you said that. Man, I'd love to talk about that more. But going back to Breaking Bad, dude, I've tried to watch this show so many times, and I've got through like the first two, maybe 1-2 seasons. I just can't finish it. I don't know why.
Really?
Ozark, and I kept going back, and it was kind of like Stranger Things. I tried to, and I just couldn't do it.
Dude,
I love Ozark and Breaking Bad.
Ozark's good.
I watched
Breaking Bad, I
Ozark
think, way
all the
better
way
than
to
all
like
of
the
them,
last
yeah.
season and stuff too. But speaking of Ozark, Breaking Bad, and all that, another movie that I could never watch. I mean, a show was Walking Dead, and that commercial with Will Ferrell was
I've never watched it either. Yeah.
That movie was that commercial was funny. Also, the Pepsi Zero ones with Ben Stiller was. Am I acting or is it real? That was funny.
Yeah.
But the number one commercial, dude, it had to be the Tubi one because I physically thought somebody changed the TV and channel. I was like, yo, what's on the TV? It was like it looked like commercial was crazy. YouTube that junk and look it up.
What was it called?
Tubi commercial. Tubi Super Bowl commercial.
TUBI.
It messed me all up. Did you have one, Jared? Did you have a commercial that you really
No,
liked?
y'all got all the ones.
Yo,
yeah,
but
like
I thought there were
It
so
was
many
a
more.
Super
Like the
Bowl
Clueless with Elisa Silverstone. See, I loved her back in the day when I was young. I loved that one too. I thought it was good. I thought there was a few of them. The one with Kevin Hart when they were talking about making fun of him and every word blended into something else, and they were like, "You're better."
I saw that
He
one.
turned around and was like, "I ain't no other."
Oh,
I thought it was some good commercial.
Oh,
That was a good commercial. Anyway, as we get to the halftime show, that Swole Daddy said that Rihanna was a swole mama and she didn't lose baby weight, that she is actually pregnant again. Swole Daddy. Jesus Christ.
I feel like such a dick, dude.
Good thing you have a great personality and some muscles, man. I tell you. But anyway, Swole Daddy.
Yeah.
Did you like Rihanna's performance?
Yeah, man. I thought she was banger after banger. I mean,
You thought it was good?
dude, it was hit after hit. That's all you really want.
What do you think, Brandon, before I comment?
He hates Rihanna.
well, I'm not with Rihanna. I just don't think she's really talented. It's not my kind of
oh my
music.
gosh! Thank you very much.
Slow down.
She had the Chinese fire balloons out there with her too. I think. So I don't know. I
You
think
don't really
it's
know
good
Brandon. Like, I
cancel.
know Brandon. So as we were younger and stuff, and a rapper that was becoming famous a lot, that was really angry all the time, named Eminem. Brandon is the Eminem of everything. He hates all these bitches. Fuck Rihanna. I'll kill her and I'll make Kim eat her. And whatever else Eminem is.
They'll never. After Prince did what he did, they never do another one because they'll never top that shit.
Ooh. So if you could pick somebody to be on the Super Bowl halftime show, or something to happen on the halftime show, what would you pick?
Ooh.
Dude, that shit kind of Jackson.
Maybe talk about football.
Dude, that was the best shit ever.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you can look at her nipple somewhere else, dude. You can see that on some kind of website.
I like this. I mean,
Damn.
it depends. Though, we talking female or male?
I'm talking about anything.
Whatever.
Anything. It don't even have to be
music. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
He's like, can we replay the Super Bowl with the Giants beat the Patriots? Go ahead, Swole. Tell me yours.
Dude, I would love
You would love what, Swole?
like the
You want some country out there?
What is it?
No.
What is
Blue Man Group or something? Like something just weird. I would love some weird ass
Country.
shit to go down.
So,
Hold on. What did he say?
Blue Man Group.
The Blue Man.
Oh,
We can't talk about
doing all the
Jews on
crazy
the
shit.
YouTube though.
No one's talking about Jews, dude.
What'd you say?
I said the
What do
Blue
you
Nah,
think,
I'm fucking
Brandon?
with that.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, fuck you. Man. Like, it's really hard. We've had some really good shows. Maybe get like Creed back out there or something. I don't know.
Creed, you said?
Creed.
Can you take me high? Is that Creed?
Creed. Yeah.
Oh, look, what's that? Yo, he said, yo, the producer sound like Hootie and the Blowfish out this motherfucker, yo. I
I
like
like to see someone.
Here.
I like to see someone do some Ghost Rider type shit and jump over some helicopters, do some crazy daredevil.
Evil type shit.
We honestly need
I like to
the
see
NWA
somebody bring
reunion.
some shit like
That would
that.
be dope. That would be
Can't
dope.
do it easy.
Damn, Chris came up with a
Well,
great
then you can't
idea.
do it.
They need to bring
Yeah,
it
that's
back,
not
bro.
bad.
It's all safety. It's all insurance
Well,
things.
you can do a hologram now. You can hologram Eazy-E on stage.
Well, you can hologram Prince and just have the best.
I mean, they did the hologram with Whitney Houston. They can do hologram with anybody else. Bring Tupac, Biggie
Now,
together.
Tupac should have been back on last year's.
Yeah,
All right, Brandon. They should have done that. That was stupid. What's yours, Brandon?
Public execution.
What is that?
What?
Everybody on death.
He said execution.
Who would not
Did he say
watch that?
execution?
Tell me who would not watch public executions of people who's on death row.
Terrible.
Yo, this is Relatives Sports Talk Raw. And what I just say about Brady, he hates everybody. Yo, he said I went to the Super Bowl at halftime to start slicing heads
Hold
off.
on, fuck that. Let's do if we talking that shit, why not do a death race?
We're
That's a lot less cool than
Let's do a
leaving
real
death
death
row and
race.
lethal injection, right?
Dude, we're not in Saudi
That's
Arabia.
He wants to watch people die.
Hey, they'll be running us shit soon, so they don't mind.
Damn. He said,
Yo, you know what would be real cool?
No, I was just joking, but the more I think about it, it's a good idea.
They should do like a live, like with two different teams, 12 on 12, wearing the colors of the Super Bowl teams, doing a whole paintball match.
Okay, he's stop drinking, dude.
Cheers.
I think the craziest idea, though.
Thank you for the ring.
So we had some
Crazy
fun with the
idea.
Super Bowl.
Talk about the game.
Now we're
That's
done
what
with
they
the
should
Super Bowl.
do.
We're done with that shit. Now we get into the offseason because Swole Daddy's favorite quarterback ever, Mr. Aaron Rodgers, has to decide what to do. Because the Packers have already said they're fed up with him now. The Packers are publicly now saying they're done and they want to make a trade. I think that he has to go to the Raiders because the Raiders, if you're going to let Carr go, it's going to be a highest priority for a lot of teams, which we'll get to. The Raiders have to make this decision to do whatever it takes, if it's 2 first-round picks, whatever it does. What do you think about this, Swole? Because I'm going to throw a wrench in this in a second.
Well, in my professional opinion, there's honestly 4 teams on the table here. I'm going to obviously the Raiders, Niners. He might go to the Bears. That's a chance. A little crosstown rivalry, or the Jets.
He already owns them, so yeah, he might.
So I'm thinking he goes to one of those 4 teams. It's leaning towards the Raiders, obviously, after getting rid of Derek Carr. But I wouldn't be shocked if he went to the Jets.
All right, so here's the deal.
Derek Carr?
The Green Bay Packers are not going to trade him in the NFC, dude. So cancel all that shit. Cancel all that shit, okay? That's not going to happen. Brandon, what do you think? The Raiders are probably the only choice because we see the Jets getting their speed in this process. What do you think, Brandon?
Yo, what the fuck?
I think he's made his decision, and I think it is the Raiders. I think the Packers must know that. That's why they're saying doing what they're doing. Locking up Aaron Jones.
Yeah, they did.
So it's the Raiders.
Yeah. I think that's where he's going. If he doesn't retire, I think that's where he's going.
I think so too.
So not the Jets at all?
Not anymore.
I think he sees it's not there. So, you know.
Well, there's going to be a couple of reasons why I don't think the Jets, and I'll tell you why. But before we get to that, the monkey wrench of all monkey wrenches for you, Swole Daddy, is Mac Jones might get traded to the Raiders.
Woo!
Mac Jones might get traded to the Raiders, and Bailey Zappi could be the
What about
quarterback.
this guy?
I can't say it.
Did we already pass it? Can you stop doing that already? But Mac Jones going back with his offensive coordinator, there's words coming out about that. Would you be happy with Bailey Zappi?
That'd be crazy.
Swole?
That'd be a crazy trade.
I have record on the show that you were like, Mac Jones ain't really all that.
I don't
I say Swole.
I'd take Aaron for a year, even though I hate him.
Aaron's not coming to you. I said Bailey fucking Zach.
I know what you said, but I'm countering with
Aaron Rodgers would never go be coached by Bill Belichick, dude. Ever. Ever.
Bill wouldn't take him. But I don't know, man. Look, if that's going to happen and we stuck with Zap behind center, sure.
What are you getting for Mac Jones, the first
You
round
don't
pick?
care,
Though?
Keith. You're going to be optimistic about anything. All right, Chris.
Keith.
So the reason why I said the Jets, Derek Carr will be there tomorrow visiting with the Jets. I think they understand, and they're seeing how these rookie contracts with these quarterbacks work when you pay somebody else. They got 2 studs that they're under rookie contracts, right? In Sauce
Yeah.
and Wilson, the wide receiver.
And they got Brees too, yeah.
And I ain't even mentioned Brees. So if you're going to spend all that money on Aaron Rodgers, that's going to hurt you when it's time to sign all those guys. So I think they're going to be jumping the gun and getting Derek Carr because why? He's got ties to their offensive passing game specialist or whatever. Do you think that'd be a good fit, Derek Carr with the Jets?
Absolutely. The way they played this past season, I think with Derek Carr being in the mix, they just watch out. That's all I'm gonna say.
Because he had a good defense.
That's my personal opinion. The Jets.
I am not.
Over the years, after the they fell off. Embarrassment of the whole fucking organization.
The butt fumble.
And they've slowly gotten better over the last 10 years.
I'm not worried about the Jets, dude.
Nah, I mean, y'all got it all fucked up, man.
All right, Brandon. Do you think that Derek Carr is a good fit for the Jets?
I mean, he can improve.
Go ahead, admit it.
He's not going to scare me at all. I mean, I'd rather them get.
I can't hear what you said. He's out here screaming and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he has a chance to win with the Jets now. And I hope they do. I hope they do get him, honestly, because I would rather play against Derek Carr.
Yeah.
I do not think Derek Carr is a good quarterback.
Yeah, I'd rather play against Derek Carr than Aaron Rodgers. I'll tell you that.
I mean, I feel you, but Aaron Rodgers is gonna give you 1 or 2 years. And you got to pay him so much money and give up so much.
Derek Carr is gonna give you 19 fumbles.
Derek Carr just tank your franchise.
Do you think that he can win in the AFC versus those teams, being a Jet?
No.
So why are you gonna give up all the assets to get Aaron Rodgers if he's not gonna put you over the top of the next year?
Are you not talking about Derek Carr?
You said Aaron Rodgers. You'd be more scared to play him.
I'm talking about Derek Carr with the Jets right now. Rail, keep up.
Okay, so can Aaron Rodgers win with the Jets over all these teams in the AFC?
He could win with the Jets because he's not Derek Carr. He could win with the Jets because he's not Derek Carr. Derek Carr ain't winning shit with the Jets. So bring me Derek Carr to my division, please. Thank you. Sign, seal, deliver him. I'll pay for his flight.
And he'll beat you.
All right, so here's the deal.
He'll beat you.
I'll flip it on you right now.
In a food fight, Chris.
All right.
Hold on. I'm gonna flip it on you, Swole. If he joined any NFC South team, he will win the division. He will make the playoffs, and he'll be a top 3 quarterback in the NFC.
If Derek Carr joined any NFC South
South team,
he'll win that division. Yeah, I don't think he'll be a top.
Win the division and be a top 3 quarterback in the NFC.
I don't think so. But he'll win the division.
Who's above him? Who's above him?
Jalen Hurts definitely above him.
Who?
Jalen Hurts is definitely.
Well, Jalen Hurts, go ahead.
Dak Prescott above him.
Go ahead.
You would take Derek Carr over Dak Prescott?
Fuck yeah, dude. You want to know why? Because Derek Carr has played in the division. Derek Carr has played in the division.
Neither one has done nothing.
But look at the division Derek Carr plays in.
Kirk Cousins is better than Derek Carr.
Oh my God, dude.
He's better than Derek Carr. Derek Carr is not very good. I mean, this is proven. This is not me, my opinion. It's a fact. I mean, numbers back it up. Watching him play, it backs it up. I mean, he's just not very good.
Derek telling me lucky. Kirk Cousins.
Matthew Stafford is better than Derek Carr.
Dak and Jalen Hurts. Who else?
Matthew Stafford is better.
Right now?
Is he not?
Derek Carr.
For the gram.
Dude, are you serious right now? Jared Goff is better than Derek Carr.
Is Justin Fields better? I don't know.
No, and we'll get to Justin Fields. And we'll get to
That's a
Justin
reach.
Fields.
That's
Here's my thing, guys.
I
Here's
said
my
I don't
thing.
know. Man.
We're not
Jimmy
taking it.
Garoppolo is better than Derek Carr.
Well, yeah, but he won't be in the NFC.
No, but I'm just saying, like, what the fuck? What are we talking about here? We're talking about Derek fucking Carr, the biggest.
Why you getting so swole though? Why you swollen on everybody?
Why you get so swollen?
The fuck, calm down.
Okay, here's my thing, guys. Here's my thing, real quick. Okay, all the people that y'all are saying is so much better than Derek Carr because you're like Derek Carr ain't never done it. None of these motherfuckers won shit either. None of these motherfuckers have won shit. None of them ever. None of them.
That's not true. That's not
Jalen
true.
Hurts.
But they've been to
Nobody
the
else does
playoffs.
shit.
And more
Dak
games.
Prescott's had a loaded fucking team. He's had a loaded fucking team. Kirk Cousins has got one of the best wide receivers ever in football. A loaded ass offensive team. All these guys, Matthew Stafford, a loaded Super Bowl team that was bought. And when that team didn't do nothing the next year, all I'm hurt. I don't want to play no more. Derek Carr busted his ass with a fucking fucked up coach and all this shit going on, and still led that team to the playoffs. When that the toughest quarterback division there is. Are you serious?
Are you fucking serious?
Y'all better stop that shit. Y'all better stop that shit. Stop that shit.
He sucks.
I listen to all your bullshit. That's bullshit.
He sucks.
Can I get an amen?
You watch and see.
What time? KD still can't do
And
shit.
see. Please. I'm just saying.
Don't talk that shit.
Don't talk about, Derek Carr ain't never won nothing. Oh, Derek Carr, what the fuck's anybody else wanted y'all named?
They won playoff games.
Jared Goff, the former number one pick that got ran out of fucking town, and then his successor, who never won shit in Detroit, wins a Super Bowl with a loaded ass team.
Still won NFC and went to Super Bowl, Terrell. That's facts. That's locked in. That's
Jared Goff didn't do shit for that Super Bowl team. When they scored 3 points in the fucking Super Bowl? 3!
Jalen Hurts was in the Super Bowl.
See, Jalen Hurts is not somebody I said. I said everybody else but Jalen Hurts.
But everybody else has won playoff games. Derek Carr, I don't think he's done that.
Come on, guys. Y'all not
And he's
better
been
than
in the league.
this.
Been a starter for like 12 years. Well, that ain't that long.
Oh, he has it.
It's been a while. I mean, yeah.
Dude, he's taking the Raiders, who have nobody. Nobody. And I don't know, they had nobody in a long time.
Yeah, they have a top 3 receiver in football.
Okay,
And a running back and the number one rusher in the league.
this past year, he had some weapons with no defense and nothing else.
No. Fuck that. He's had a good team.
And a fucking horrible fucking head coach that came from the Patriots, who's never going to be a great head coach ever, who drafted Tim Tebow's 9-1 fucking ass in the first round. That's why he got fired.
But Tim Tebow won a playoff game.
I love saying that too because I hate the Steelers. Come on, guys, y'all aren't being fair. But anyway, we'll keep going. All right, so another thing the Jets have been rumored to do, but I don't think the Ravens will do it, is to pay that $200 million guarantee and give up 2 first-round picks to the Ravens. I think if the Ravens franchise Lamar, the relationship's over. They're either going to have to suck it up and give close to that $200 million, or they have to trade him. Would you trade him in the AFC to get those assets?
No, dude, I'm not going to give anyone in the AFC. Fuck no. He's going to the NFC and he's going to a shitty team.
But why does that have to be a shitty team? Why does that have to be a shitty team?
I'll give him to the Saints, dude. I don't give a shit. He's not going to anywhere in the AFC. He's getting the fuck away from me.
Well, let me ask you a question, Swell. The San Francisco 49ers have a lot of capital. And they can say, hey, I'm going to give you Trey Lance, who has potential, right? Because we thought he had potential. I know before last year, we all had high regards for him. Now everybody's on this Brock Purdy bullshit, which I think he's going to blow up in their fucking face next year.
They're going to sit Brock Purdy.
What I'm saying is, we don't know who their quarterback's going to be. Somebody mentioned Aaron Rodgers going there, which he can't. I think it was you. Why couldn't Lamar go somewhere like that? And you said, we have the money. We have the money, and the dumbass franchise that we are, we could make a splash and pay him that money, and we could be a contender. We were 1 game out of the playoffs.
No, I mean, if the Commanders picked up Lamar, Y'all are in the playoffs.
To go with Eric Bieniemy?
60 minutes.
But I just feel like the Ravens would be extremely stupid not to pay Lamar.
They waited this long, Brandon. They waited this long. Is it too long?
They ain't. Yeah.
Yeah, and they may see and say the same things I think about Lamar. Is he worth it, man? Because the dude can't get through a season. I mean, I can't name the last. Yeah, he's just not worth it, man. I'm sorry. I don't see you winning with that quarterback. Anything, really.
I agree with that too, but here's my concern. The way the quarterback market is going right now and the way everybody's getting paid, we're seeing dumb quarterbacks getting paid. Lamar Jackson has a chance to revitalize the organization or put them over the top because he has a unique skill set. When I look at all these other quarterbacks, like a Derek Carr or whatever, we don't think that they can get him over the top. So here's my thing about it. You got to suck it up and just give him the money and take your chance, right?
With Lamar Jackson, yeah.
You have to, right? Because y'all are going to overpay for Daniel Jones, and your quarterback's in his fifth-year option. Do you want to pay Tua?
Yeah, it's only
Tua needs to get paid.
Why?
He needs to get paid.
What has Tua done to make you think that
the
he's
same thing Lamar has done. Missed games, but played better than plays.
Because I'm a champion
I'm
of everything I do.
of 2022. So remember that.
2012.
So when I speak, it's law.
2012.
This is gonna be the era of Ruxin right here, yo.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude. Fuck me.
All I'm saying is, Brandon. All I'm saying is, Tua. I think he still has potential. But are you gonna bank on that because he's gonna want $45 million? Also, all these quarterbacks are gonna want that $45 million. If you're gonna do that, my thing is, why don't
Stay
you
healthy.
Pay a little bit extra to get somebody that can really put you over the top.
Yeah, a little bit extra. But neither can Lamar when he's not playing. Neither can Lamar when he doesn't play. Because Tua has had better numbers, better passer in less games than Lamar. And Lamar has missed more games than Tua.
I agree with that too.
So,
but I think
why give up 2
It's
picks?
embarrassing.
But I think some of those games Lamar could have played.
And
if I switch both
but it's every
quarterbacks
year though.
and put Lamar on Miami's roster, I think that's a little
But
more
you have to be an
scary.
accurate passer. Can he get the ball there in the right spot? I don't think Lamar's that dude.
I get it. Are we getting close
It's
to
like 200 and some million.
But before we wrap it up, I want to ask y'all something because who brought up Justin Fields? You, Brandon? Justin Fields.
I brought up something about him.
Justin Fields, who showcased some kind of things, whatever. The Bears have the number 1 pick. There's been rumors that they're going to trade Justin Fields and take your boy from Alabama, Bryce Young. What would you do? Because you're an Alabama fan, Bryce Young's your quarterback. You're the GM of the Bears. What do you do?
It depends on what I'm offered. Justin Fields came out the other day and said, I don't think I play well in cold weather.
Oh, look, he said that?
What?
Oh, shit.
Playing in Chicago, bro. So as a GM, I'm thinking, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? So yeah, I'm taking calls, man. If somebody's giving me a first, I'll get rid of Fields, take Young and RB.
So all you need is 1 first?
Well, a first probably. So if it's a high for man, maybe a little. Ain't nobody gonna
What do you think?
First of the pieces, maybe.
What do you think? Because you got QB issues too, and y'all gonna have to overpay. If you're the Bears, would you trade Fields for some assets, or would you go ahead and roll with it?
If he was a smart coach, I'd definitally roll with it. I mean, Justin.
You rolling with Fields?
Yeah. What? I mean, Justin Fields is a quarterback to watch because he's exciting to watch. I don't know about y'all. It was exciting to watch him last season.
He's exciting to watch. Yeah.
But you also said Jeremy Shockey was dope, and he sucked ass.
I like Jeremy Shockey.
All right, Slow.
Did you heard Jeremy
Carl
Shockey?
Rex was exciting to watch.
Super Bowl with Jeremy Shockey.
Jeremy Shockey sucked. Anyway,
They
Swole Daddy.
still got a Super
Swole
Bowl.
Daddy.
They still got a ring with him, right?
As an Eagle guy, I also saw Jalen Hurts the year before this kind of remind me of what Fields kind of did this past year. would you be comfortable saying he's going to evolve and do these things, or what would you do? Would you take the star from Alabama, Bryce Young?
He
All right,
gives me
brother.
the
We're
stuff.
Circle Podcast. I love y'all. Thank you for checking us out. All right, go ahead.
Swole's a Bryce Young hater, by the way. Just remember.
Go ahead,
I'm
Swole.
not a Bryce Young hater. I just think he could have been better and was valued over here. Anyway, going forward, if Fields has come out and already said I don't play in cold weather, I'm kind of on the verge of getting rid of him as a GM, and I'm rolling with Bryce Young. I feel like Bryce Young throws the ball a little better.
Y'all ready for the real answer now?
Okay, then here's some dumbass shit.
Hey, because I win every debate and it ain't even close, right?
Nah.
Let me
Keep
tell you something
Justin
real
Fields.
quick. Let me
Keep
tell you something real
Justin
quick.
Fields.
Justin
And build a
Fields.
team around him.
Okay, I thought I was going to talk.
I'm sorry, it's the truth.
Anyway, Justin Fields was the most hit quarterback all year. His offensive line is horrible. Horrible. Okay?
And not only
So
this year.
you want to put a guy that's under 200 pounds behind an offensive line that's horrible? Bryce Young will be beat up out of the league real fast. What you do is you trade your number one pick to Houston or whoever else thinks high regard for Bryce Young. Get another top pick right there, maybe a future one also, to build up that line or that defense or whatever, and keep watching Fields evolve. And if you're lucky, he'll be somewhat like the Jalen Hurts.
But Fields don't want to be there like him, you know what I mean?
I mean, he's probably just talking shit because he went to Ohio State.
He is
He's
talking
a
shit,
prima
probably. I
donna.
mean, he's young.
He's a prima donna.
That's why I don't think he'll turn into a Jalen Hurts. I don't think he has that work ethic. He doesn't have.
Hey,
He doesn't
one
have
thing
that
to watch
in him,
for
like-
Trevor Lawrence. Don't forget about him.
Yeah,
Let's talk about
we're not
Trevor
going. We ain't talking about
Just
that
saying.
right now.
Watch out for
yeah.
Trevor Lawrence.
But Hurts is a different dude when it comes to work ethic. Saban
He is,
talked
but
about
he's so
that.
little. He's so little.
Who? I'm talking about Hurts. I don't think you're going to see Fields turn into that guy. I don't.
Well, he might. I mean, he might not turn into him. But what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
if you're a coach, you can kind of base your offense or kind of copycat. NFL's a copycat
No, he
league.
has the
Yeah.
Copycat. So he might be a Family Dollar version of Jalen Hurts, but that's still better than
Damn.
70% of the quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt, he's probably the best running
If you
quarterback in the
build the
leave.
team
But I
around
don't know.
him,
You're gonna
like
have
the
to.
Eagles
You have to
did,
throw
and put him in the right
eventually.
situation
You
to
have to throw
succeed.
the ball in the NFL.
They need to just fire the offensive coordinator.
Hold on, Swell. You said he has to throw the ball. We didn't know Jalen Hurts could fucking throw the ball until this year either.
Damn right.
We knew,
Last year,
oh my
they didn't beat a
God.
team with a
Did
winning
you not
record.
watch him in college,
We
bro?
questioned him throwing the ball in the NFL. Just like people
I
questioned
didn't.
Tua throwing the ball in the NFL. We saw him in college slinging it everywhere. I've heard these same type of things is what I'm trying to say. Am I wrong?
No, I mean,
Who's he throwing it to? Darnell Mooney? Darnell Mooney? That's who he's throwing it to? Give me a break, dude. Jalen Hurts is throwing it to Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert. He's got 1,000 running backs he's throwing it to. Give me a break, dude. Darnell Mooney.
if I get offered a lot for him, I'm trading.
Every year in college, man, he's a 1,000-yard passer. More.
So was a lot of college. So was a lot of college quarterbacks.
But bro, I mean, you can't just sit there and tell me he couldn't throw the ball when he was slinging that shit in Oklahoma.
I didn't say he couldn't throw the ball.
Playoff.
I'm saying we don't know, but I feel like it's better to take that chance because I've seen him win games without showcasing that talent. I've seen him win
I
games
would stick
without
with Hurts.
showcasing
I would
that.
stick with Hurts unless I'm offered a lot. I mean, not Hurts, Fields. Unless I'm offered a lot.
That's what I'm saying. If you can get somebody to give you their number one pick, why did he go to the bathroom down here? Why you going upstairs to the dogs? Guy right here. Yo.
Rookie mistake.
Jesus Christ.
And then,
Oh, did you shut the door? I have a toilet and everything going on out here. Skillainstinct.
then I take Will Anderson.
It's in the sink. I don't know what the hell is going on. Fellas, I want to get to one thing real quick before we go. The NFL
Real quick.
Yeah.
Rush me, swole daddy. You can always exit right now, motherfucker. I got the goat with me. We can No, I don't really hear this. Because the XFL starts tomorrow, okay? The one rule that they're changing from the NFL is when somebody fumbles through the end zone, it's called a safety or whatever. Da da da.
Okay.
Yeah,
NFL's
depending on what
keeping
team.
Or they get the ball at the 20.
Right.
That's what they get the ball at the 20. The XFL and the USFL canceling that when the ball's fumbled. That's the spot. The biggest rule change that's gonna change is the fucking tush push for the Eagles. It ain't gonna be no more lining up shit, grabbing Jalen Hurts' butt and pushing him across for the first down. That shit's over. That shit's over. I hate that Reggie Bush push shit.
I know you hate it. I know you have
I'm so
personal
tired of
reasons
that
to hate it.
pushing
I know.
shit. That's the worst rule in football. I'm glad that shit's gone. It is. It is. That
There's
ain't
a lot of other
pushing.
things
That's
they need
rugby
to
type
fix
stuff.
before that.
This is football, not rugby. They're pushing. So here's my question. Here's my question. Brandon, if you could change one rule or enhance a rule in the NFL, what would it be? Or take away a rule, whatever.
These bullshit. I think football's become extremely soft.
One rule.
He's trying to say it.
Yeah.
Did you wash your hands? I don't know.
You
Pissing all over my
this in
shit.
the thing, so just chill. The rough and the passer calls, man. They need to. Like when you fall, like I mean, I've seen the worst shit ever. I mean, they just touch a quarterback as rough as that. They need to be able to review these shits or something because they protect the quarterback way too much. Pretty soon you're not even gonna be able to tackle him. You can't go high, you can't go low. So I mean, what are you supposed to do, man?
That's the money. The quarterback's the money in the league.
But it's every player, man. Like
So roughing the passer.
Now that was Brandon said he wants me to review those. I like that. Go ahead, Swell.
Yeah, I'm kind of on that same mind. I would like to see a review policy for every defensive penalty preventing a touchdown, whether it was a true penalty or not. You know what I'm saying?
Like the Super Bowl, an uncatchable ball that they call it.
Old bullshit. Review that immediately because preventing a score, and just to see if it wasn't barely touching his fucking towel. That's not a hold. Play the fucking down.
So I like that. You want to know why I like that? Because what do they say? We review every scoring play. Well, review it on the back end too, like the other side. I agree with that.
If there's a flag on the play that could have potentially scored, review that shit.
Or change the game dramatically.
That's interesting. I like both of them. You know what I'm saying? I like both of them. You got a rule?
I mean, honestly, I think holding calls should be like.
We'd be here for 14 hours watching the game if they reviewed every holding call.
There's a hold on every fucking play.
Oh, you mean on like big time plays, like a third down or whatever, or a touchdown or something?
Yeah. Like those, I think they need to lighten up on that bullshit. People being held, crying, you know. Like, dude, it's one thing when you're within the 5 yards and then you complain 10 yards later. It's different. I don't get it.
And the bad thing about
because they wouldn't have been called in the first quarter on first down.
I think the referees need to go through like a test because they getting old. They calling every dumb shit.
They give a microphone and a camera down. That's what they're worried about.
I can count on one hand how many fucking referees can actually keep up with the damn fucking league.
You can't name 5 fucking referees. What are you talking about, dude? Look, instead of me telling my rule, I'm going to let the producer, because we talked about it the other day, and I think this is a great rule, and I'm going to add to it. Go ahead, producer. What's the rule that you would like to add to the NFL?
I'd like to hear hot mics for the referee calls. If they're going to talk to New York, let us hear what they're talking about with New York. If they're going to be talking about what just happened on a play, I want to hear what they're talking about.
They're not going to let you in on that, though.
The XFL does it. The XFL does it.
The NFL ain't going to let you in on that.
It's rigged. It's fucking rigged.
And also, to add to that, I want them to be in a press conference also. Anyway. But the reason why I said that, I was watching something today, and the touchdown that Patrick Mahomes threw to their rookie wide receiver or whatever, they was mic'd up, you could hear it, and they were talking about, yo, he ran the wrong play.
Yeah, he lined up wrong.
I want to hear all that shit. But even more so with the referees, when they're talking to New York about a play, whether it was holding or whatever, the score, I want to hear the justification of it. because with the money involved, billion-dollar industry, gambling, Vegas, and everything, I think that we need to hear that shit.
Yeah,
We need to hear that stuff going on. You know what I mean? But I think everybody's was good.
And you can put
Go ahead. What do you say?
I said you can put it's easy like these touchdowns they review. Put a sensor
I hope
in
they're
the
not
fucking
muted
power.
again.
Have a
It looks like
camera.
they had a mute button on their shit.
You muted
No,
me?
they don't.
You muted me?
Nobody's muted. Go ahead.
What happened?
Anyway.
Nobody's
Look,
Can y'all hear
nobody's
me? Can y'all hear me?
Again.
have a sensor or like some kind of like infrared.
Yeah, in the pylon, in the ball. Yeah. You can have a camera. I mean, it's easy. I'm muted now.
There. Yeah, see, now I'm muted, y'all. Y'all know when
Stop muting people, man.
That one was on purpose.
Anyway, appreciate y'all's time, fellas.
Jared, I'm gonna beat your ass, dude.
What's that? Hey, Relatives Sports Talk episode 159, crowning the new champion in the FF League. George Teague's ring just came in, so we're gonna crown a Raw champion. Appreciate all the patrons right here. Appreciate everybody on this list. We're trying to grow to get better and better. Thank y'all, man. I appreciate it. Good show. Hopefully nobody's fucking muted.
Glove soon.
I appreciate it.
Swole Daddy. What's the name of your show gonna be? We're gonna start it in the next week or so. What's the name of it gonna be?
Hey, Gloved Up coming soon, gentlemen. Stay tuned. We talking MMA, boxing, all combat sports, slap, all of it. Can't wait.
And wrestling, right?
Don't call that shit a
Hey, yo,
sport.
Swole,
What about wrestling?
That's
Swole, I might get in there with
Fuck outta
wrestling
here.
with you, man.
We might
can do a wrestling all day.
You gotta
You're
have
gonna talk
wrestling.
about slaps. You better talk about wrestling. Fucking slaps or sport. Get out of
Yeah,
here.
that shit's
Brandon,
horrible.
watch it, dude.
Is there any
I watched it. That shit is CTE walking.
It's
Just
hilarious.
retarded ones on the spectrum.
Hilarious.
That shit's stupid.
Hey,
Anyway,
Because
hey,
Dana
as we
White
go
can slap
out,
his
it's
wife.
the GOAT's birthday, Michael Jordan.
Gloved Up.
60th birthday, Michael Jordan.
We didn't talk
And he
about
donated
TJ.
$10 million and ain't nobody died for the cause. Ain't no tragedy happened. And there wasn't no hurricanes, no nothing going on. He donated money. I want more sports and celebrities or whoever else to donate for these causes.
Oh, he
Ask
didn't
me
have
for my
cameras
money.
there. He didn't
I
have.
got no money. Y'all got the money. Donate to all these causes without somebody dying. Appreciate y'all. Rose and Rose, what's up? Episode 159.
Right.
We got the champ, we got the GOAT, and we got the Swole Daddy with the producer in the back. Keeping this looking clean, whether he's on the scene or off the scene.